Well, good morning, folks. How are you today?
Fine. How are you?
You guys look happy to be here.
We are.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let's have you guys introduce yourselves this morning.
I'm
Dr.
Armandia Dixon, the Executive Director of the Crawford County READ Program, with offices in Meadville and Titusville.
Good morning.
And I'm Nathan Rogenkamp, the coordinator of the Titusville office of the Crawford County READ Program.
Well, good morning, guys. Great to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
It seems like we have you on, once a year?
Yes, we look forward to it.
Well, we need to maybe increase that, don't we?
Oh, we love
Yes.
that.
That'd be great.
All right.
Yes.
Well, you guys are here because there's a big event coming up. What's going on?
Well, it's the Chocoholic Frolic, our annual event to raise funds for the Crawford County READ Program, where we have 5 different programs for adult learners and their children.
Very nice. Maybe before we get into the fundraising event, maybe we should kind of review what's been going on with you guys, because it has been a while since we've had you on. So what's been happening, and talk about some of those programs.
Well, we'd love to. Well, first of all, the Crawford County READ Program is one of the few comprehensive programs in the state of Pennsylvania. We are under the Department of Education, Bureau of Secondary Education. And comprehension means that we have several different programs. Once adult learners come to us, they are assessed so that we know their reading and math level. And depending on these levels, they are placed either in one-on-one tutoring. And if it's one-on-one tutoring, it means that they really need help in maybe reading or writing or some particular area. Whereas if they're coming in and they score at a 4th grade level or below, then they are put in what is called academic basic. That's adult basic education, where they are taught reading, writing, math, science, all of the basic courses. And then if they score a little bit higher, 4th to 8th grade level, then they are put in what we call pre-GED. And those students can actually, again, take the basic classes, but it means that they are headed toward the GED class. And that's the level of reading and math where students score at a 9th grade level or below, or above, I should say. And that means that they could either get the GED, and I always say the GED test is not a test. It's 4 sub-tests. And those tests are in the basic subjects, the math, the social studies, the science, and so on. But what happens is that if they don't want to just stop and get the GED, they can get a high school diploma.
Really?
So isn't that amazing?
My kids passed me in 1st grade. When you look at the curriculum today, it just seems like what they're doing in, 1st grade, or I've got a student in 7th grade too. I look at what they're doing. I'm like, wow, we didn't even do that till I was like a senior.
That's right.
Is it harder when people come back to you and say, you know what, I want to better myself, I want to get involved in these programs, and then they start looking at it? I mean, you're talking night and day sometimes if you're dealing with a student who hasn't been in school for 10 years.
Absolutely. They have to be very committed because, first of all, there's the assumption, well, this is going to be easy. And like you said, it isn't, because the curriculum now deals more in depth than ever. Mm-hmm. And students have to do more than think in a straight line. They have to do critical thinking. They have to be able to bring evidence together. They have to be supportive of what they read. They have to really understand at a deeper level. And I think that's inviting to learners once they get it.
Right.
They say, well, I have to really do this. I have to buckle down. I just can't come in and go out. I have to know something.
How do you get someone to be excited about this for the challenge? Because it definitely is a challenge. Somebody who maybe doesn't want it so bad. How do you instill the motivation to make it something that someone really wants to latch on to?
Well, maybe Nathan can answer. What kind of people are coming in to see you?
Yeah, that's even a better question.
Yeah. I mean, who's coming in to say, hey, you know what, I need this?
We actually have students from all over. We have young students. Some of them are recent high school dropouts. Some of our students have gotten through their entire life without having a GED or diploma. They either come in because they need a GED or diploma because of a work-related dictate from wherever they are employed, or sometimes it's just they want to come in because they've gotten through their entire life and they want to do this to prove it to themselves. And those are some of the most rewarding students because there's the motivation built in, like you said there. As for some of our students who are a bit younger, it's helping them understand sometimes they feel like they've been overlooked or pushed to the side because the traditional high school situation may not have worked for them. Something may have came up in life, but telling them you're still young, you have all these opportunities, and this is how we get you to that next level. One thing we really focus on is setting smart goals that are measurable, goals that are applicable to what they're doing, and when we give them that, it helps them be able to visualize a future that they want to have for themselves, and that can help with the motivation.
But are people coming in and saying to you, "But you know what? I want to better myself at work, or I want a better job, or I want..."
Yeah, well, if I can share, not just even after we finish the GED and diploma component, one of my favorite things is when students come back to me. I've had students come back. One of my students 2 semesters ago got put into college classes and came back to get college homework help.
Really?
That was that's very exciting for me. We work with, if you already have a diploma, that's okay. You can come in if you need any sort of academic help. I have a couple people right now that are taking classes to polish their skills up for the ASVAB so they can get into the military. And we're talking students that already have diplomas. We're also, as well as any sort of job skill related, as long as we can measure it in an academic way, we can help you if you already have, even if you already had a college degree, but you need some sort of skills help. And that's one thing that people don't always realize.
Yeah. Dr. Dixon, how do you contain that energy? Because he's very excited about what he does, isn't he?
He is. And you know, that's a part of being a great educator, is being passionate. Really, and I think the students capture that. And when you talked about motivation, I think they get motivated just from being in Mr. Rogenkamp's class.
Yeah. Well, he came in this morning, and he came right to our chalkboard we had, and he started doing some stuff for us. We're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, my students can't come to class and sleep. They know if they're going to be in there, they got to get excited about what we're doing, and that's one thing. I try to be contagious with the energy and with how important this is to them.
It's probably very helpful, isn't it, when you have somebody come in, they're balancing work, they're balancing a family. You know, maybe they got 2 or 3 kids running around, and this is difficult to make time to do this, but they know how important it is.
And they are to be admired too. Oh my goodness, you have to admire the students who come in to get that adult education. It takes a lot to just say, I'm going to do it, and then to walk in that door and become committed.
Is that really the hardest part, the first step, walking through the door?
The first step is definitely the most important step and the most difficult step. There's so many barriers that keep them from coming in the first place. And I think when they know we're going to help them to overcome those barriers, this is also very helpful.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I tell my students. The fact that you're in class with me is the closest you've been to reaching this academic goal you've had since the last time you were in school. And I think that helps crystallize in their minds a little bit that, yeah, I have taken these big steps. Anyone that can show up, go through the assessment, and then actually show up to class, that's a huge step in making time for that, as we mentioned, and then helping them figure out how to deal with those barriers. It's tough to just be an adult, you know.
Yeah.
We all know that. And then when you feel like it's the extra challenge of entering something that maybe you're not comfortable with, or maybe, you know, it's been a while since you've been there, so there's some trepidation about it.
It sounds like you've had some real success stories, though.
Yeah, that's one thing. Every year we always put out some success stories. I don't know if Dr. Dixon...
Well, we just did one on John Bunch, who's going to Titusville.
Pitt Titusville,
and yes, right here. And of course, he'll be coming to your doorstep if he needs some help with those college classes. But he started out by applying for some colleges after high school, maybe 5 or 6 years, and he had no luck. And finally he said, I could understand why I haven't been accepted, because I didn't do too well in high school. And I really don't have any academic skills that I need. So he was able to get permission from his job to come in and get preparatory help,
Really?
so that he could actually get prepared to go back and apply for college. And of course, once he took the assessments that we have, and we have what is called a GED ready exam that the state of Pennsylvania has, so that as a student goes through those academic courses, he or she can take that GED ready, which is a predictor. Will say, well, you know what, you're now pretty good in math. Are you excellent in science? And so on. And of course, he did all of that just as if he were in high school all over again.
Wow.
And finally, we said, you know what? You're ready to apply for college.
So that's a dialogue between you and your students then.
Absolutely. So after attending these classes, and we helped him through the application process, and he was accepted at Pitt Titusville in physical therapy.
Oh, wow.
He's already there.
Wow.
Yeah, my goodness. And he is just thrilled, and he's doing well.
This is so much more than just about literacy.
Yes.
This is the Morning Drill on Stream Television, Armstrong, and the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. So to keep this going, it takes funds. It takes money. And Mark had a story this morning about maybe the state getting ready for another budget battle.
Yes, indeed.
So what can you guys do to help raise some funds? Oh, wait, you have an event coming up.
Yes, we have the annual Chocoholic Frolic. And by the way, you were there last year.
I was.
We were so delighted to see you.
Really? Nobody ever says that.
So, well, yes.
Oh, there's
my
one, Mark. Somebody was excited to see you.
I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
So talk about the event, because it seems like it's been going on for years now. What are we up to?
This is our seventh year.
Wow. 7 years.
Isn't that something?
We'll talk about the event, Nathan.
Yeah, actually, if you like sweets at all, Chocoholic Frolic offers you, we're over 15 vendors this year, I think.
Wow.
So, something to that effect.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those events, you get your ticket. We have the general admission tickets and the VIP tickets. If you pay a little bit more for the VIP, you get to come in early and get to all those sweets while there's plenty of samples for everything.
Really?
And actually, I do want to say about our vendors, Titusville also contributes to being vendors. We have Warner's Bakery as a regular vendor that's been with us, and also Titusville Dairy always helps us out the past couple of years, giving us some chocolate milk.
Very nice.
So,
and how about some of the Meadville businesses?
Meadville, who are some of your favorite vendors that come from Meadville?
Oh, my goodness. I have to say they're not just from Meadville. They're from Sagertown, and they're from,
true.
This year we have someone from Pittsburgh. And so
Really?
they're from all over. But perhaps a unique feature this year is that the Meadville Medical Center will be a vendor.
Just to check blood
Their
sugar.
Chef Michael will be on
Really?
the scene. Yes, isn't this amazing?
Wow.
And Allegheny College will be there.
Very nice.
And so we're going to have some uniqueness as it pertains to vendors this year. And of course, you have to. Wanda is a winner. I mean, she's been winning so many years.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing. And we have two bands. We have one group from the Martin Luther King Scholarship Foundation, where some of the board members get together and they do the jamming.
Oh,
And
wow.
now they're all over the place.
Yeah.
I tell them I'm now their manager. So and then we have a group called the Gray Ones, but they're not really gray. They're teachers from the Meadville area middle school.
Very nice.
So they have a band, and they play during that time between 5 and 9. Not only that, but we have special features, and these are always, oh my goodness, the features are outstanding. This year we have the chocolate diamond necklace.
Oh, yeah. That's a favorite, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness. That is a favorite. What beautiful jewelry.
I would like to mention that the chocolate diamond went to a Titusville native, well, not just native, but a Titusville citizen last year.
Really?
So if you want a lucky raffle ticket, come talk to this guy.
Okay.
And then we have a quilt. Each year we have a quilt, but this year the quilt is made up of ties worn by famous people in Crawford County.
Really?
So the men in Crawford County. Isn't that something?
Wow.
So that's going to be quite a quilt. We have the tub of wine, of course.
That's another big one.
That's a big one. So we're looking forward to that.
And we mean a literal tub. This is
Right.
not an exaggeration. When we say a tub of wine, it's a tub of wine.
And some people would say that would be worth the price of the ticket right there.
Oh, I tell you.
Never mind the chocolate.
We always have to have somebody tow it out because it's so heavy. And also we have added this year international table. Yep. So we're going to have memorabilia and products, cloth, the baskets and whatever from West Africa.
Wow.
And that, oh my goodness, that is amazing.
There's a lot going on. When's the event?
The event is February 25th. That's a Saturday.
Okay.
And it's at the Elks Club in Meadville, across from Bethesda Home. And we'll be there.
It's a large facility, but
Yeah.
your event packs the house.
Yes. So we're looking forward to another packed house. And the Elks has given us an additional room this year.
Very nice. So you got Valentine's Day next week. So
Yes.
maybe hold off on the chocolate for an extra week.
Well, that would
No, Dr. Dixon's like, no, I still want my box of chocolates.
I just want to say,
We'll do both.
We'll do both, yes.
If you've been doing good on your New Year's resolutions through February, isn't it time to break them
It
and
is.
go to the
This
Chocoholic
is-
Frolic?
Well, between chocolate and wine, this is what you need to be doing, right?
This will definitely break it. I'd always heard resolutions are just a to-do list for the first week of January.
So
I think so.
where can folks get tickets for this event?
Tickets may be purchased from Nathan.
Yeah, the Titusville
from the
office of
Titusville
Crawford County
office.
Read program.
Okay, and that's located where?
The Park Building, 115 South Washington Street. And we are the third floor, Suite 309.
Sweet.
Yes, sweet, tied into Chocoholic
Yes.
Frolic there. And if you want to call beforehand, have me save you a ticket or something, and you're going to be down, 827-0212. That's also where you can get a hold of me if you need any of our services.
Excellent. So they can talk to you, get their tickets. Dr. Dixon, how about over in Meadville area?
In Meadville, they may be purchased at the Meadville office, and that's 814-337-7323. Or they may be purchased at Forever Media in the downtown mall.
Oh, those folks aren't selling the tickets. They're going to keep them themselves so they can.
We know them.
Yeah, they're going to be drinking the wine and eating the chocolates. You're not storing that stuff there with them, are you?
No.
Okay. That's a good thing. So it sounds like the communities really come out and help support this event and the cause that you guys work so hard at every year.
Oh, absolutely. Crawford County is just wonderful to us.
And I want
That's how we manage.
Yeah. I want to thank Titusville because last year for our basket auction, one thing we didn't talk about yet, we have a blind auction, and we make these beautiful baskets made up of donations from the communities. We had, I think it was 20 Titusville businesses alone and crafters last year from Titusville donated to that, along with the many from Meadville, and I think we
Yes.
ended up with over 100 baskets. It was
Really?
Absolutely.
Titusville's been fantastic. Meadville and the surrounding area has been fantastic. We have a great county.
We really have a beautiful county.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Beautiful.
when you see the excitement from folks like yourself, it's not hard to understand why folks do so well in Crawford County, and they fight so hard. So keep up the good work. And again, real quick, how can folks get a hold of you if they have any questions or want more information?
Oh, please call 814-337-7323.
Look, Mark's already figuring out what ticket numbers he wants.
All right.
And in Titusville, 827-0212, or stop down by the office. I love to meet people first, face to face.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming over. Thank you for driving through the fog to get here just to come into a room filled with more fog.
No, it's a great place
Okay.
to be. Thank you for having us.
Daddy was quite surprised to find you with the working girls in the county jail. I was smoking with the boys upstairs.